This week on Machinery Pete TV, Albert Steenblik's dairy retirement auction was a whopper. There was massive interest in this 2023 John Deere 7R290 with only 50 hours. A teenager's dream tractor is still running decades later. And Pete takes us behind the gavel with auctioneer Sid Miedema.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America. Well, folks, the little community of Pewamo, Michigan was established in 1859, and that's where my Machinery Pete truck has taken us today. For Machinery Pete TV, we're here for the online farm retirement auction for Albert Steenblik, Steenblik Dairy. And I tell you, Albert has some incredible John Deere tractors, including a 7R290 with hardly any hours on it. Now, before we get a closer look at this tractor, we need to start the show with Share Your Legacy from our friends at Big Iron.
Big Iron Auctions has been proud to share the legacies of rural America in 2023. Though each family is unique, they're bonded by hard work, perseverance, love of country, and love for their families. From the 89-year-old gearhead in Ocheyedan, Iowa.
Since I was old enough to know any kind of tractors, nothing has ever had enough power to suit me.
And that's why they call you the oldest juvenile delinquent to this day.
I think you're probably right.
To the family in Lively Grove, Illinois that started a farm from scratch in 2001.
Created a passion in me, and I always dreamed about it. Being a farmer in this country that's the milk and honey of this country. It's what built this place.
Share Your Legacy has been honored to meet these great families. And don't forget the dairy farmer from Wahoo, Nebraska.
You can do the work that you need to do. You can do the hard work, but do the work. Like, no matter what it is, and don't let somebody tell you that you can't do something because you're a girl. Sometimes dairy cows need a woman's touch. That's just the way it is.
And the Hereford cows from Central Missouri, and the cowboys from the Texas Panhandle.
Hello. We got to make sure the boys are happy today, don't we?
My folks started building this house in 1929, so I sleep in the bedroom I was born in.
America's legacy is found in its rural communities, on the farms and ranches that continue to feed our nation and the world. The mission continues as Big Iron travels coast to coast throughout the year. To nominate a family story to be featured in the Share Your Legacy program, please go to bigiron.com, and we'll see you soon.
Hey folks, you know the old saying, good things come in threes? Well, sometimes they also come in pairs. And today we got a pair of 22 model John Deere 8R410s. And I tell you what, it's gonna be interesting to watch these babies sell.
At Big Iron Auctions, customer satisfaction is our #1 goal. As the 40-year leader in auctions for agriculture, real estate, livestock, construction, and transportation, we are here to serve you. Big Iron will handle everything from start to finish. From meeting with you, to prepping your equipment, writing the listings, and collecting buyer's payments, let us do the heavy lifting for you. We love our customers, and we treat them like family. There's a Big Iron sales rep in your area, so let's get together. To learn more, visit bigiron.com.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. You've got to try this. The power of foam is the only way to clean and degrease your equipment. Simply foam it on, give the foam a few minutes to work, and power wash it off. Cuts grease and your wash time significantly. The foam won't harm electrical sensors or controls. It neutralizes and washes away farm chemicals and is safe to use on most surfaces. Call 888-996-7801 or go online to check out their dealer locator at poweroffoam.com to find the power of foam near you. Hey folks, I'm here with owner Albert Steenblik with Steenblik Dairy here in Pewamo, Michigan. And by the way, how big is Pewamo, Albert?
That's about 500 people, so nothing too big.
And that hasn't changed a whole lot over the 30 years you've been here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
There's a couple new houses built, but no, not many.
Well, these beautiful pair of 22 model 8R410s, Albert, a little bit different setup. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, the one is set up with duals and row crop. We used to do anhydrous application after the corn was up.
Okay.
So we used that tractor we used for that, and then it got used for if one of the other whatever broke down, then we could put it in front of the wagons.
And I think 389 hours, is that?
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah.
Okay. And the other.
And on this one, we had a triple mower on it. We had about 1,800 acres of hay, so we had two of them.
Okay.
Because it's kind of nice if one breaks, whatever. It's always so the one that goes out of commission. It's kind of nice. You can just keep going. Because in a perfect world, you can just do it with one start at 6 and mow till 10 o'clock at night, or even have two guys on it.
And what mower did you have?
We had Claas mowers on it.
Claas mower.
And there's a Claas triple mower for sale too on the auction.
On the auction, that's right.
4 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
And this 8R410 has less hours, 212.
212, yeah.
Okay. Did you have a favorite of the two here, Albert?
No, not really. I mean, they're both got everything on it. The signature cab, it's got the massage seats. They got just, you name it, it's got it on there. So.
And most of your John Deere tractors here are kind of loaded up, I hear. Okay.
Yeah, they're both actually the big ones are all the same. Okay. They all have the signature cab.
Probably just a few more features on that first 8200 you bought, huh?
No, just a few.
Just a few.
Air conditioned seat massage.
Wow.
No, the old one didn't. But I thought the old one was quite an upgrade from what we used to have in the Netherlands. So that's as long as you make progress, it's all good.
Progress is good.
Yeah.
And again, if folks missed our last show, you came to the U.S., you kind of switched over to Deere, but in the Netherlands you'd been running, what did you say?
Landini.
Landini.
Italian, yeah, with a Perkins engine.
How many horse? How big of?
Oh, anywhere from 45 to 85.
Okay.
That was it.
How was the resale on those over there?
Yeah, not too bad. No, they were kind of cheaper a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, a Fendt is D tractor or John Deere. I think Deere is now the most sold tractor in Holland too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming over here again, you're working with Hudson.
Yeah.
Your John Deere dealer here on these tractors. They treated you right?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think they've been really good to us. So.
Well, the online buyers could come from anywhere on these things, Albert, and the two lucky buyers, they're each going to get a heck of a tractor, aren't they?
I think so.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale. What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. Hey folks, real treat. I'm in Michigan here with my friend Sid Miedema. Sid, great to see you again.
Good to see you too, Greg.
I need to thank you for all those years ago when I got started and I was a young guy. I didn't know anything. I think I got a copy of the Farmer's Advance paper over here in Michigan, and I go through and I see Miedema Auctioneering. I call you up. You were always so helpful sending me prices, so thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome.
And now we need to catch up. The growth of your company is just incredible. Of course, Miedema Auctioneering is what a lot of people know you guys as, but also Miedema Asset Group?
Yep, Miedema Asset Management Group. That's kind of the term that we use as the umbrella for all the companies, because we do quite a bit more than just cry auctions now.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you guys were way, way ahead on the online game. I mean, developing your own bidding platform, Orbit Bid?
Orbit Bid, yeah.
So what pushed you to do that?
Well, I think probably we saw the success that eBay was having, and we thought, there's probably something to this. So we decided to try it, and we tried a really small auction first, and it went really well, and a lot of the people said, hey, that was fun.
Really?
And so we kind of just kept going. Yeah.
Nice. Now I love what you've done recently here. You said, like, even for this auction with Albert, the owner, you sat down and did a great video interview with him, just talking. Can you tell us why you thought that was important to do?
Well, I think especially in our age when we're doing online auctions and we lose some of that personal contact with a lot of our people. And even at an auction, people don't get to see the owner standing there because nobody's there. Right. So it's a good opportunity for a guy like Albert to be able to tell everybody about his equipment and his history. And everybody likes to know why somebody's selling, kind of make a judgment on how they took care of the equipment. You like to see and talk to them. And I think it helps get a little more money, and it helps people feel more comfortable with the whole auction process.
Got a 1967 1750. This is the first year I ever come out with a 1750. I was a senior in high school, and I ordered it in the fall, in the winter when I was in high school to get it in the spring. And the reason why I bought a 1750 is because my dad always had propane tractors. And I really wanted an 1850, but they had a propane motor. And if I'd have bought that 1850, he would have told me I needed to get propane on it. But since this only come in gasoline or diesel, he never said a word about being a diesel motor. When I was in, I think, the 7th grade, I was trying to find a way to make money. And we had a big hog house. And I can remember when I was little, we had hogs. And I tried to talk my dad into letting me buy some feeder pigs. And he finally gave in and let me buy 50 feeder pigs. Well, I fed them out, and I made $20 a head on them. And I give him $10 a pig for having use as a shed. And he thought it was all right. From then on, I was feeding out 100 head of pigs every 3 months. Well, I had money saved up to buy a tractor. I paid cash for it. With a 5-bottom plow, I think it was around $7,500. Well, plow, I bought a 4-row cultivator for the corn and beans, and it run the hay bale, usually hay baled with this tractor. Remember when I bought it, my brother said in 5 years it won't be running. Well, it's run a little more than 5 years.
Folks, all the years of Machinery Pete TV, 11 seasons, we have not seen many tractors with 50 hours on it. Stick around, our feature item, the 23 model John Deere 7R 290.
Got equipment to sell privately but tired of scams and hassles? Visit MachineryPete.com and click Sell Mine. MachineryPete.com, the simple and secure way to buy and sell equipment online.
Hey folks, I'm back with owner Albert Steenblik here, talking about the feature tractor on the show today here. Albert, wow, what a beauty. A 2023 7R 290. This thing's got what, 50 hours on it?
Something like that. Not even 50, I think. So
less than 50.
Yeah, but that, like I said before, the way we did our roll, that's how that turned out to be.
Okay, and you work with Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
Okay, which used to be Bader in this area?
Used to be Bader's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the scale of your operation here, yeah, your equipment needs, gosh, that roll you're talking about, be pretty interesting every year, the level of tractors you're...
Yeah, I mean, there's about 17 tractors to chopper and both heads.
And now the 7R 290 here with only 50 hours, was that just timing with the auction that it had such low hours, or just...
No, it's just because took us a little longer to get the hours on the old 290. So then once we approached the hours, then they picked it up and brought the new one out.
And how many? Yeah, it was like 400, 800 hours on the other one.
I think 700 or 750, something like that.
And what did you?
We did all the merging with it, and then we used it for the pump and manure, for the manure pumps, and we used it for the slingers.
Okay. Now, Albert, you told me when you first came to the U.S. here, back almost 30 years ago, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you said the first tractor you bought was a John Deere 8200?
Yeah, with a blade on it.
With how much did that cost?
$89,000.
And it probably felt like a king's ransom.
Yeah,
huh?
You ain't kidding. I mean, that was quite a bit. We didn't have that much money when we came here, you know.
But now, running these babies, what do you think of these modern tractors?
But it's unbelievable how much money they cost. But you get a lot. But you can do it. See, I mean, this is already a bigger tractor than an 8200. 8200 was only a 200 horse engine. This is almost 300.
Right.
So your capacity, it's expensive, but kind of this is how everything goes. I mean,
everything's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, more efficient, more.
And this particular model, a 7R 290, you ran one before. You found it to be a good performer for you?
I think so. You can see if you buy them too small, then you're limited to so many things you can do with it. It's nice to have all these, but you like to do more things with it if you have to.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, when it comes to, I mean, the next one is the 340. We can even put that in front of the manure tankers, you know, if you had to. It takes a little bit extra, but
you have a versatile lineup here. All right, folks, let's talk timing. Now, personally, I think timing is a highly undervalued force in life in general, everything we do. Now, in my world, here 3+ decades writing about fluctuations with used farm equipment values, of course, timing a huge factor, always has been, always will be. And to prove the point, let's focus in on Hagie STS-12 sprayers, and we'll look at a pair of them sold this year. Now, first, I'm going to show you a chart. Now, this is not a heart monitor chart. It's actually a supply and demand chart from our MachineryPete.com website, and this is looking at self-propelled sprayers, supply and demand. So blue, that's the supply for sale on dealer lots. In orange, that's you guys shopping at MachineryPete.com, which we thank you for doing so. Now, it goes back 2 years, so on the far left of the chart, that's fall of 21. On the far right, that's today. Now, you can see early in 22, with the supply chain mess and shortages on dealer lots, you can see the blue line of supply was starting to tank. At the same time, buyer demand shopping for used sprayers was skyrocketing, and that was a lot of it was out of fear because dealers didn't have an excess machine. We started to see a lot of farmers buying a second sprayer just so they had one when they needed it. And you can see that orange demand line stayed very strong. In fact, if you look just past the midway part of the chart, January of 23, again, demand was far outstripping supply. Now let's drop into an auction that we filmed for our Machinery Pete TV show right at that point, January 26th of 23 in Walnut, Illinois. Here's a picture of a 14 model Hagie STS-12 with 1,743 hours on it. So for $321,250, second highest auction price ever. Now, if we talk more recently, here's a picture of a 17 model STS-12 with less hours, 1,582, that sold on an auction October 3rd in Harristown, Illinois, and it went for $279,000. It was 3 years newer, less hours, but brought less money. Now let's go back to my supply and demand chart and focus on the far right end supply and demand. Look at the blue. The supply is rising this fall while the demand is falling off. So not surprising that 3-year newer STS-12 Harristown, Illinois went for $279 versus $321 back in January. Like I said, timing is everything. Well, folks, cool on the show today to see that the American dream is still alive. If you roll up your sleeves and work hard enough, you can do amazing things. And I tell you what, the story on Albert Steenblik, coming over from the Netherlands almost 30 years ago, building that amazing dairy operation in Pewamo, Michigan. Really fun to get up close with Albert and get the story there. And his tractors, very strong. Those pair of John Deere 8R 410s selling for just over $433,600 and change, and $423,600 and change, well above the current average auction price in 8R 410s. Tune in next week to Machinery Pete TV, folks. We'll have a lot more fun machinery to highlight for you. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers, a big iron company. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. Big Iron Auctions and the Share Your Legacy program, promoting the future of agriculture with amazing legacy stories from across America.